welcome to TOS TV, your first digital Pan-African network. I am Uchenna Oka, and this is Africa Now. Almost 100 migrants were rescued off the west coast of Libya on Sunday, majority of whom were African migrants, the majority being from Cameroon, Sudan and Mali, as they attempted perilous sea crossings to Italy, were rescued by the Libyan Coast Guard. The migrants were brought to a naval base in the capital Tripoli, where they were met by a team from the International Organization for Migration. The survivors included 6 women and 2 children. 2 people in critical condition were transported to the hospital in the capital city, while around 20 were missing. On Saturday, German charity Sea-Watch said it had saved nearly 150 migrants off the Libyan coast in 2 operations. More than 1,200 migrants and asylum seekers died while crossing the Mediterranean into 2020, according to the IOM. Now to development on COVID-19, Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo urged citizens of the West African state on Sunday to ignore conspiracy theories surrounding coronavirus vaccines ahead of the launch of its nationwide inoculation campaign against the virus on Tuesday. Fellow Ghanaians, I know there are still some who continue to express doubts about the vaccine. Others have expressed reservations about its efficacy, with some taking sides with conspiracy theorists who believe the vaccine has been created to wipe out the African race. This is far from the truth, Akufo-Addo said in a nationwide address on Sunday night. Taking the vaccine will not alter your DNA. It will not embed a tracking device in your body. Neither will it cause infertility in women or in men, he said. He and the First Lady, together with the Vice President and Second Lady, would take the vaccine publicly on Monday to reassure the public that the vaccine is safe. He said other senior political, religious, judiciary and legislative leaders would take their shot in public on Tuesday. A second wave of COVID has killed nearly 200 Ghanaians in the past month, amidst almost a third of the total. Côte d'Ivoire received 504,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccine on Friday, making it the second African nation in a week to benefit from the first shipment of the shots from the UN-backed Global COVAX initiative, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has reported. The vaccine doses were shipped by UNICEF from the Indian metropolis of Mumbai via its regional supply center, Dubai, to Côte d'Ivoire's capital, Abidjan, as part of the first wave of vaccines headed to several low and middle-income countries. Today is an important first step towards achieving our shared vision of vaccine equity, but it is only the beginning, said Jean Marie, the World Health Organization representative in Côte d'Ivoire, adding that World Health Organization is proud that Côte d'Ivoire is among the first countries in Africa to receive the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine through the COVAX facility. Healthcare workers in the Ivory Coast city of Abidjan will get COVID vaccination on Monday. Côte d'Ivoire will be the initial recipient of 500,000 doses of the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine. Away from Western Africa to South Africa, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa announced on Sunday that the nation will move from coronavirus alert level 3 to 1 in light of the dip in daily new infections. He said that restrictions put in place over the holiday period has succeeded in reducing infections levels from 90,000 a week at the end of December to 10,000 new infections last week. Gatherings will be allowed but must be limited to 100 people indoors and 250 people outdoors. Night vigils after funerals are still not permitted. The 33 land border posts that have been closed will remain closed, while the other 20 will remain open. 11 million COVID-19 vaccine doses with Johnson & Johnson have been secured. 2.8 million of those doses will be delivered in the second quarter, Ramaphosa said. He added that the threat of a third wave is constantly present, as is the threat of new variants emerging. As a result, social distancing, avoiding crowds and wearing masks are more important than ever. This is your Digital First Pan-African network, TOS TV network. You are watching Africa Now. Political stories after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back to Africa Now on TOS TV. The United States has condemned reported atrocities in Ethiopia's conflict-hit northern region of Tigray, urging the African Union to help resolve the deteriorating situation. The conflict erupted on 4th of November 2020 when Ethiopia's government launched an offensive to oust the Tigray People's Liberation Front after its fighters captured federal military bases in Tigray. Hundreds have been killed and tens of thousands displaced in 5 months. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said they were deeply concerned by the worsening humanitarian crisis. He welcomed the Ethiopian government's promise for unhindered humanitarian access to Tigray and its invitation for international support for investigations into human rights violations. He also called for the immediate withdrawal of Eritrean forces and other militia fighters from the region, urging the African Union and neighboring countries to help resolve the crisis. However, Ethiopia and Eritrea have both denied the presence of Eritrean troops in Tigray. On election matters, at least 2 people were killed after security forces went to arrest Chad's opposition candidate Yaya Dillo at his home on Sunday morning, Dillo and the government said. Dillo, who plans to run against President Idris Deby in a presidential election in April, said he was attacked at home by members of the presidential guard and that 5 family members were killed, including his mother. Dillo said his gate was crushed by an armored vehicle and his house has been surrounded by government forces since the incident. The government said in a statement that security forces went to Dillo's home to arrest him after he refused to respond to 2 judicial mandates and were met with armed resistance. It did not say what the mandates were concerning. Internet Monitor said internet disruption in the Central African country was ongoing. Real-time data showed national connectivity was down to 60% of ordinary levels since 9:30 a.m. local time on Sunday. Dillo is a former rebel leader who fought against Deby in 2006 before joining his government and becoming a minister. He is one of 16 people who have announced they will run against Deby in April's election. The United States government has called for independent, credible, impartial, and thorough investigations into alleged irregularities in Uganda's presidential election. Washington also wants members of state security services probed for alleged abuses against opposition candidates and civil society. Ned Price, the U.S. Department of State spokesman, said unspecified options under consideration would target to hold accountable individuals that are responsible for what was seen in the context of Uganda's election. It remains unclear how the United States plans to make good its demand for independent inquiries into the election results, which Bobby challenged in court but is withdrawing prematurely, citing biased judges. This is your digital first Pan-African network, TOS TV network. You are watching Africa Now. Still ahead, business and sports. Stay with us. Thanks for staying tuned. In business, with the move to level 1 of the lockdown, alcohol can now be sold according to normal liquor license provision. President Cyril Ramaphosa said the move meant that most of the remaining restrictions on economic activities have been lifted. Ramaphosa said this on Sunday night after announcing that South Africa had moved to level 1 of the COVID-19 lockdown. The ban, which began with a hard lockdown last year, has been a source of contention for producers, consumers, and traders. A report by advisory firm FTI Consulting estimated that the industry lost 36.6 billion rand in retail sales revenues in the on-end of ban. It also estimated that about 200,000 people, both in the formal and informal sectors, lost their jobs. We expect the lockdown restrictions easing to lead to higher consumption spending, bolstered by the steady recovery in employment. We expect business to implement plans they may have put on hold, President Ramaphosa added, and he also said all energy and effort must now go towards economic growth. And in sports, Wydad Club Athletic moved top of Group C in the Total CAF Champions League with a 4-0 win over Kaiser Chiefs in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso on Sunday. Mohamed Al Najem and Ayoub El Kabi struck in the opening half, with Tanzanian international Simon Msuva stepped off the bench to score the third with 5 minutes left, and Yahaya Jabrain sealed the win with a late penalty as the Moroccan giant zoomed off with maximum points. The victory took the two-time champions to 6 points after their opening day victory over Angola's Petro de Luanda. Chiefs are still winless following an opening day barren draw in Johannesburg against Guinea's Horoya. And that is Africa Now on your Digital First Pan-African News Network, TOS TV. For more updates, do visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. To also follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS TV Network. I am Uchenna Oka. Bye for now.